Okay, Rick Bowman, and we're back with another video, and this one is going to be how to buy a car, number 3, part 3 of the series. And what we've covered in the last 2 videos on how to buy a car is an introduction, pretty much, who am I, why should you even bother listening to me? I hope you do, okay? Because this is going to be probably the most unique presentation you've ever had in the form of video on an A to Z step-by-step on how to buy a car. In the second video, we need to get our mind right, okay? I guess, to me, the biggest thing that's never taught out there is the proper way to buy a car. And it's because the knowledge, the information is just not out there. And the people that are out there giving you advice on the website, as we stated before, have never sold it. So pick your expert, okay, and be very careful on who you pick. If they haven't sold cars, if they haven't been in the automotive industry for any length of period of time, and when I'm talking about at least 5, 10, 15 years, they should have had sales experience. They should have had some form of experience in managerial capacity inside the automobile industry, because unless you've been, say, a top salesperson, and you've seen at least 150 to 200 different deals, you'll never know the different types of buying scenarios. If you haven't been in finance, you don't know what banks buy and what banks don't buy and what the lending criteria is. If you haven't been on the sales desk as a sales manager or a desk manager, you're never going to understand deal structure and the psyche of the way a dealership thinks. So that's why I say it's important to pick your expert, okay? And you know, there's a lot of free advice, and most of it's negative, and I know I've covered this a bunch of times, but we're going to do this in a positive way and in a very, very unique way. And the way I'd like to start this series of videos that are coming up is, now that we know what doesn't work, and that's the most important thing out there, is to know what doesn't work, okay? Because those are the things, the Uncle Buck theories, the third baseman theories, those are all the common misbeliefs or urban car buying myths that most people believe work when it comes to car buying strategies and how to buy a car and how to beat the dealer, okay? They don't. So what I want to start is with a very, very unique approach, and that's, how does a dealership operate and profit? How does a dealership make money? And these are the things you're going to find are never taught. They're very, very important to know. And the reason why I really want to go through and explain this to you, and this is probably the area where you might not like, because you're going to think I'm taking the approach of the dealership, and that is the farthest thing from the truth. I am not. But you have to understand how the opposition thinks in order to find the motivation on what's going to motivate them to sell you a car at $2,500 below invoice, $3,500 below invoice, $5,000 below invoice. And I'm not talking about after rebate. I'm talking about before rebate. And these vehicles do exist, but you have to understand first, again, how does a dealer make money, which is what we're going to call the next segment, and it's going to be about 3 to 4 videos. Nobody really understands this part, and I don't, for the life of me. I've been on the internet researching this for the last couple of weeks. Nobody bothers to explain it. And if they do, it's, here's what they're going to do, and here's how they're going to do it, and this is how they're going to attack you, and this is how they're going to rip you off, and this is the scam. There are no scams. What it is lack of knowledge of what people don't get about the car business. Now, if you're going to play baseball and nobody explains the rules to you, are you going to be very good at it? No, because every time you do something wrong, like don't swing the bat and run to first base, they're going to say, you can't do that, because you don't understand the rules. So, my whole purpose in this 30-plus video course, and this is going to be the beginning part of the series, is let's understand how a dealership operates and profits, what I call, how does a dealer make money? And there's going to be about 3, maybe 4 videos, if I get long-winded, on this particular subject. Then we're going to move to, how does the selling system work? How does the sales department? What is the process of buying a car? You need to understand these things first. After we cover probably about 7 to 8 subjects of how a dealership operates, then we can turn around and we can say, let's pick and choose this strategy, break it down, and how do we take control of each part of the sales process. Again, just please keep an open mind We're going to explain this stuff step by step, but you have to know this before we can move on to how to take control of the entire car buying process. Again, I'm Rick Bowman, and I'll see you in the next video, and let's get started.